Hi, I'm Heather Dunn from Beta Epsilon in Grant County, Arkansas, and I'm here today to tell you about Zoom. I am also the chair of the technology committee, and I really wish we were doing this in person instead of coming to you from my office on Saturday, the 7th of September, but here we are. Um, I'm here to tell you about Zoom today. Zoom is a great way to have a meeting with your chapter without everybody having to be face to face. It's really a safe way to have a meeting. If you have some people who are just uh, afraid of COVID and careful about big meetings, which I understand. And it's also a great way if you've got people who really want to be there, but maybe they don't drive at night. Maybe they have small kids at home and one of them is sick and they want to be at the meeting today. So you could use this either way. So how do I get started, Heather? Well, this is how we get started. You're going to go to Zoom, zoom.us. It's going to send you to a site that looks like this. Um, you have some options here and sign up. It's free, and it is free ish. So I just wanted to show you your options here. The basic plan is free. You can have up to 100 participants in your meeting, but you only get 40 minutes each meeting. And limited one-to-one meetings. I'm really not sure what that means, but it's free. If you want to use this for your chapter and you're worried about the 40-minute part, you can just stop your meeting after 40 minutes, start another one. So you might have to send out two links if your meeting's going to be an hour and 30 minutes long. Okay, so that's the free. I actually pay for this one. It's about $15 a month. That might be an option for your chapter that you might want to use during this time. You can host up to 100 people. There's some add-ons you can add. Add to this plan. I think I actually did this for the state meeting where you can add more people. Um, but you get unlimited time, which is good. Um, you can also stream it on social media, which I've never done, and it actually can record your meeting up to 1 gigabyte of recording, and it lets you have, I think, up to 9 hosts. So, like this weekend, I am technically like hosting the meeting. I'm the one, we're using my account for the state meeting, but I've added Kathy Tony as a host, and I'm letting her control things from her end. So that's something to think about. Me and I use this with my ladies at church. I teach the senior ladies class, and um, we all use this. And I got to tell you, um, all my ladies can get into Zoom. Some of them needed a little help from their daughters, but when we meet on Tuesday nights now and through Zoom, and they're all there. So I I don't want to say if they can do it, you can do it, but this is doable. This is doable. Okay, so let's just say you set up your account, you push sign up, it's free, you go through that process, and then you get your account. So let's pretend you've already done that. Sign in, I'll sign in. All right, so now you want to set up a meeting and have people come to it. And I'm gonna do Zoom 101 in the first half of this video, and then I'll get to Zoom kind of some pre-AP things you can do with Zoom towards the end of this video. So, um, first thing, let's just set up a meeting. But you really need to go when you first get your Zoom, and you need to go to settings to set up some things to make things um, go more smoothly for you. One of the options that you can have is a waiting room. And this just says when people join your meeting, they actually don't just pop on the screen. They actually have to go to a waiting room and you have to let them in. I, for Sunday school and maybe for chapter meetings, I don't think that's necessary, but that's up to you as if you want people just popping in or you want to let people in. You have to have a password now for every meeting. But the good news is you can edit your password and make it anything you want. If you want to make it the zip code of your town, if you want to make it DKG 2020, if you want whatever you want to make it, you can make that passcode so that it's a little bit easier to remember for your meetings, and you can have all your meetings have that same passcode, and that might be a little bit easier on your members. um you can There's some other things you can do. um so if you want to set this up to where you start meetings, you want to start your meeting with your video on, obviously, and you probably want your participants video to automatically come on. Some people like sometimes I use this account for all my virtual kids at school too, and you might want to turn off to join the meeting before the host arrives. I kind of keep this on for my Sunday school class, and obviously for the state meeting, because I'm not fearful of what's maybe going to be said without me there. But if you've got kids involved, if you end up doing this first, if your school lets you do that, that might turning this on or off might be something you want to think about. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in here. There was something. There's so many options, so many things. Polling, we'll get to that in a little bit, but I would add that because that's kind of cool. That's a great tool to use during chapter meetings. If you want to vote on something, you can add a poll, and it everybody can vote on it. So you want to turn that on. Who can share? And that's kind of like I'm doing now, but you can share your screen and you can share a document, and everybody can see that document. If you want everybody to be able to share, you can put everybody. If you only want the host to be able to share, you can put that only the host. I'm looking through here, seeing if there's anything else. Breakout rooms. If you want to have committees meet during your meeting, we'll get into this towards the end of the video, but you want to turn on that breakout room. You can see there's a whole bunch of fun things in here. If you want virtual background, you can change this to virtual background, and we'll talk about this in the pre-AP part. So many options. I don't really get caught up in that, but I think those are the main things that you need. Okay, so now we're going to go to meetings, and we want to maybe schedule a meeting. And you're going to go over here to schedule a meeting. And the topic. You can make it whatever you want. If you want to make it a DKG chapter meeting, you can. Okay. Or ladies. You can see I use ladies Bible study. Whatever you want it to be. I'm going to make it DKG chapter meeting. DKG chapter. Okay, when do I want this meeting? If you don't want it on the day you're recording this video, then you can click the little calendar and this will come up, and let's just say it's going to be on Thursday the 24th, and you need to set the time. So you just do this by pushing this arrow here, and I'm going to meet it. We meet at 4:30. Duration doesn't really matter if you go over this. This is just letting your people, you think it'll be an hour. I always set my ladies Bible study to an hour, but it doesn't mean that it's going to turn off in an hour or that you only have an hour. Okay, it just kind of lets people know how long you think this meeting's going to be. And then make sure your time zone is correct there. If you want it to be a recurring meeting, you can set this up. I've actually got one on for my virtual kids every Thursday afternoon, and it's set up in my calendar on Zoom to meet with them. And so it'll tell you. So if you're going to do this for your chapter, you could say every month on the 24th of the month. That's going to be a little tricky there. So you might not want to do that. So we'll just say no fixed time there. You want a meeting ID, you can generate automatically, or you can use the same meeting ID every time. That's my personal meeting ID. So, and then passcode. And if you don't like that passcode, you can change it. Let's just say I want beta epsilon for the. We'll make it right. Forever. Beta epsilon forever. You can make it whatever you want it to be. You want your video on, you want participants' videos on, and people can join by telephone. If they don't have a computer or smartphone, they can dial in, and it'll give you a number when we set this. So they don't even have to have a smartphone. They can call in. Probably need a push tone that phone. Maybe a rotary phone's not going to do it, but touch tone phone. Okay, and then you can save this. And okay, now how do I let my other people know we're having a meeting? Here is your invite link. Okay, and here is something you copy invitation. So Heather Dunn is inviting you to a Zoom meeting. The topic, and this is recurring meet, and all the information you need there. So if you come down here, you can copy meeting invitation and see how it highlights. And I'm just going to copy that. Okay, I'm going to push the cancel button. And I'm going to come over here to maybe my email. And I'm going to start a new email. And I'm going to compose to beta epsilon. There's all my people. And meeting. And I'm going to right click and paste all that stuff in there. And they should be able to, this join Zoom meeting here, this part here, they should be able from their laptop to push this link and Zoom open up for them. They don't have to download anything. They don't have to have certain, it does help if they have a webcam on their computer already. And if you don't know if you have that or not, it's, for mine, it's embedded in the screen. It's that little circle embedded in the screen right there. So you can send that, and you can email that, and they can all join. Well, what happens if they don't have a computer that's done? What if they only have a smart device? That's when I would send out this invitation. If they get the email on their phone, same thing. They can open up that link from their phone and Zoom will pop up. Or you can text them that same link, and then they will have to download the Zoom app. But once they download the Zoom app, they will be able to touch this link and it will open for them. I promise. Okay, now we're going to get into kind of an advanced settings on Zoom and some cool things you can do. First of all, you're going to go back to Zoom and it's going to have a sign in button and sign in. From then, you're going to go to your meetings, find that meeting you just created. And when you hover over the name of the meeting, this little start button will come up and you can just start. And this will come up. You want to open your Zoom meetings. Then it's going to ask, do you want to join with computer audio? Yes. And now it's using your built-in microphone, either on your laptop or your phone. And you can launch this from your phone also. Some cool things in here. Here's your mute button. If you're participating in a video and you're not the host, you should probably mute yourself unless you're talking. That keeps dogs from barking in the background, husbands from asking you questions and it showing up on screen, kids running in, anything that any interruptions you could get from coming up. Also, you can do some little different things here. You can change your virtual background. I'm going to do this, but my my computer thinks that my face is the same color as my background, and you'll see what happens. So it kind of wipes me out, and also it's flipped. So I'm going to have to play with that a little bit. I don't really do the virtual backgrounds, but it would be kind of cool if you're in a place where you don't want everybody seeing what the background of your house looks like. You can put that virtual background in it. They can't see. Down here you have some chat. So if there's like if you have a question while the speaker's speaking, but you don't want to interrupt, you can maybe post your chat there, post your question there, and they can read it later, and everybody can see it. Okay, some more things that you can do. You can manage your participants here. So if you click on this, all your participants will show up here on the side, and you can mute them all with one click. Or if you just need to mute a few people who don't realize that we can hear everything going on in the background of their house or wherever they're at, you can do that. And I've had to do that before. Polls are, wait a minute, close. Okay, polls are really neat. This is going to kind of maybe trip you out just a bit when you do this, because it did me the first time. I didn't realize it was going to do this. So when you click poll, and I've already made this question, but let's just say I want to edit my question, or I want to get a new question. I don't like that question. Enter a title for it's going to send you back to the Zoom site. So don't trip out when it does that. Okay. And then I push save. Oh, sorry. I've got to put a title for this poll. Fundraiser. And maybe what type of fundraiser do we want to do this year? And maybe your first answer is none. To raffle tickets, maybe a silent auction. Okay. So maybe multiple choice if you want to give them like, okay, vote for whatever you want to do, or hey, just a single choice. And then you save, and it's going to you have to come back down way down here and find your little window again. But so here's your questions, and I'm really not sure how to do that in advance, but here's your questions. Okay, share screen. That's a really cool one if you want to look at a document all together. Or I show like a map every now and then to my Bible school ladies, or Sunday school ladies, I might show a map of, hey, this is where we're at today. Or this is Israel and the towns that we're going to be looking at today where Jesus has traveled. So if you want to do that, you can push share screen. It's going to ask you, what do you want to share? Do you want, you got a lot of options here. You have a whiteboard option. So if you just want to draw something out so people can see, you can do that. The meeting information, or you can just share your screen if you've got it. And I just share my screen, and then maybe I go up here to, oh well, hey, not that. Then I go up here to, maybe I've just got something on Google Drive I want to show you guys, and I want to show you my my metric system lesson. And so here's my metric system lesson. Okay, so you see how that happens, and then I can kind of go back to this, and it'll kind of stop sharing my screen. So that's good. You can record your meeting just in case someone missed it and they want to listen to it. Depending on what package you have, will allow you to, depending on what package you have, that will allow you to record different amounts of time of video. The bigger the package, the more time you get to record. Breakout rooms. Breakout rooms are really cool if you want to have committee meetings. So let's just say you have 5 committees that need to meet. You want to switch this to manually, because you want to manually put your people in. I don't think a computer is smart enough to know them automatically, but you can create your rooms. When you do this, you can rename, if this is your finance committee, membership, rules, nominations committee, whatever committees you have. And then your people will be down here, and you just click and drag them to that room. Then you can hit this options. This will allow people to come out of their breakout session and into the main session at any time. You can also put a timer on those sessions, and then you can actually start a countdown timer. So let's just say you're going to meet for 30 minutes, and then after that, you're going to join the main room. You don't have to have it would be nice to have a timekeeper, but after 29 minutes, this countdown timer is going to start. And if you don't want it at 60 seconds, make it 30 seconds. You can give them a 2-minute warning. So it lets them know, hey, this is about to shut down, so that you don't have to go into each breakout room and tell them. Okay. We did that. We did reactions. And this is kind of like Facebook. If somebody says something during a meeting that you like, you can clap for it, thumbs it up. If this is not your thumb color, there is a way to change that somewhere. General. Okay. If that's not your skin tone, you can pick your skin tone there. Okay. This is Zoom. And if you have any questions, if there's anything I can do to help you with technology at your chapter, feel free to contact me. My contact information is on the state website. Bye. Have a great day.